I love chicken Kiev, but this is another alternative to chicken Kiev. And it's the way you could do it. You obviously, I'm using the panko breadcrumbs that I have just done. I'm also doing it in flour, and I've got a couple of eggs here. Now, I'm only going to do 2. Normally the recipe is for 4. But 2's easy, 2's fine. Wonderful thing is you can prepare these as long as your breasts are fresh and put them in the freezer. And it's such a lovely thing to do that. It's easy peasy. Now I'm going to season. It's always good to season egg because obviously it's going around the breast. So you need to make sure every layer is seasoned. Okay. I'm also going to put in inside the flour, going to put in some lovely parsley just to give it some colour inside on the actual side. Now, to put inside the breasts, what I'm doing is I'm going to be doing some mozzarella. Now, I got these little balls of mozzarella. The reason being is because I think they're really easy to use. So I'm literally going to take these, and I reckon 2 each will be enough. You don't want too much. So if I put 2 in, I'm also going to pop in some parsley because I want it really full of parsley. I'm also going to season it quite a lot. And then I'm going to put in some pepper. Now, I quite like the pepper flavour. I really do. Just gives it a little bit of texture. So, make sure that's done properly. And put this on. But what I'm doing is I'm cooking the shallots. So I'm literally softening them. I'm not doing any more but softening them. So because it's not necessary. And also I quite like that shallotty sweetness with the mozzarella and also with the pepper and the actual parsley, which I think is really, really good. So we're going to go like this. I'm also going to put on, there's some oil in here. Now, I don't deep fry these because I don't want all that oil, but I'm putting that in there. So it's sort of just about 1/2 centimetre above the base. Now, it's really important that the oil must not be too hot because what you don't want to do with things like Kiev or anything, you don't want to overburn it so it goes burns. So you do it on about 160 to start off with, so it becomes nice and golden in temperature. Now, I'm going to put this in here. I've used butter to soften off the onion. Now, it's always better to use butter because it also sets nicely when because you can do this in advance, pop them in the fridge, it's so simple. So I'm going to just squash these slightly, like that, but not too much. So I'm going to really do that in. That's it. Perfect. Now you don't need a lot. Now if you want a bit of chilli in there, you can add a bit of chilli. It's up to you entirely. But that's enough. That's plenty. So you're going to now take your breasts. As I said, I'm using 2. So we're going to take that off. Now what you do is cut it. Can you see there? There's a big wide pocket. You're going to do you're not going to do it down there because you can't. So you start from, I would say 1/3 up. So 2/3 will be the pocket. So we're going to take like this. In we go. Now, the trick for this is not to put too much in. Because if you put too much in, what will happen is, you've got that lovely pocket in there now. There's no point in going there. And we're going to put 1/2 of this, and we're going to, it's lots of lovely salt in there. We're going to pop it in there and don't overload it. Perfect. Make it so it's neat. Now, it's better, can you see those bits, to take a little bit of your egg and just go like that. So what that will do is it will season that little bit. Now, don't worry about that because I got that, didn't I? But don't worry. We're going to season with a little bit of egg in there. That's it. So basically to fry together. So let's do the next one. I'm going to use a different knife because I think that will help me, to be honest with you. So that was totally me being totally lazy. to use a boning knife. So here we go again. So we're going to take it from the inside. Okay, in we go. In. There we go. Now, can you see that? That's a perfect one. Now, I haven't done the end. There's no point in doing the end. So we're going to put this one in here. Now, obviously, this is where you put all that lovely butter in. And you then have to let it set. So, very important. Hang on. I want every bit, every bit. I've made it so simple for you, so it will be, here we are. Now, again, you must leave, push this in, that's it, perfect. You must leave that edge, okay? Okay, a little bit of egg around there. Do that so it doesn't overflow. If you put too much on, it will completely and utterly overflow. So that's a really good one there, okay? Now, the oil is on and it's cooking beautifully. So all we're going to do now is we're going to put it in some, very carefully, put it in some flour. Okay, now we're going to put it in the egg. I think I'll do it the other way around somehow. Let's be sensible. Again, put this in the flour and put this in the egg. Thank you. Put it in my breadcrumbs. Now, I'm going to double pané. We call this pané in the restaurant business. That means we're going to basically cover it. So we're covering it. So we're going to go like this. So we're going to put this into here. I'm going to actually turn this over. I don't want to touch it because it's silly to touch. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to take a plate and I'm going to put the first one onto the plate. There we are. It's not finished yet. So we're going to now take this one. I'm going to put it into here. Don't worry about the flour. Right. We're going to do it again. So, now, before we do this again, we're going to now take this out and I'm going to now put this into here. That's it. Now, this is double pané. The reason I want a double pané is because it'll be a thicker coat. Again, I'm going to just do it in the egg whites. We're going to put this into, turn this over. So it's taken about an egg each. I'm going to bring this out like this, because this is finished now. Right. Okay. And I'm now going to place these two into here. And we're just going to leave them for a minute, just for a minute. It's important at this stage to have patience. Patience at this stage is a virtue. So it's very important. I've got that lovely, lovely golden brown, and you shouldn't really put it up above 170 because you have to make sure that chicken is cooked. What we're going to do is we're going to pop it in the oven. So we're going to start it on here, and then I'm going to take it out and I'm going to put it in the oven. So let's just bring this up. Look at that, isn't that wonderful? Now, to do this, I'm going to be serving it with a delicious salad. And you know, the wonderful thing about this is you can get it done way in advance. There you go. Make sure your board is completely clean. Completely, because you don't want to, as I said, ever cross-contamination. In here, we've got our gorgeous rocket. I love rocket. I mean, it says Frisée lettuce, but rocket is fine. Now, I'm going to put inside this letter, I'm going to actually make some pancetta. So what we're going to do, we're going to cook off this pancetta. Just going to plug it in here. There we go, and I'm just going to leave it. So I want this to be crispy, really crispy. Right, to make the salad, all I'm going to do, very simple, is do the little tomato trick. Cutting it all. Okay. Again, if you want to skin it, you can. I think in the recipe I tend to skin a lot of tomatoes, but you know, we're in the summer. We've got some brilliant tomatoes out there. So, now I can hear it. I want to teach you a little skill. What's happened is, since I've been waiting for it to be done, what's happened, it is literally changed. We are nearly golden enough underneath. So that's what I need to show you. Right, you see that? I could tell by the frying, I had it, it was right. There you go, that's it. All right, so you just keep going for a little bit longer. Again, I'm going to do the strips. You know why? Because it's easiest. Because I think, you know, if you're at home and you're doing this, never worry about you know, things do not have to be, it's not, you're not in your own restaurant, things don't have to be absolutely perfect, but you just need to get the best out of your ingredients, and you are, by doing what you're doing, you are getting the best. Simple as that. So, as you know, I like cooking, I like cutting with it. It's much easier for me. But you can do what you want, you know, just do what you want. There we go. I mean, you can even add some more of these mozzarella in the actual thing itself, salad itself. There we go. Actually, why not? Because I think it would be rather nice to add some mozzarella in there too. There we go. Right. There we go. Then, what I'm going to do is, I want these to be really, really crispy. Now, I'm going to transfer these out of the oil, because what I would like is, I'd like to put them in a dry pan and cook. That's not quite there yet. You see, the frying bit is too soft. Oh, this is lovely. This pancetta is absolutely beautiful. But that will be done by the time I finish. I'm going to now pop this in the oven to finish off. Now, if you're doing this at home, you literally can get it to that stage. How great is this? Now, to put this pancetta, because there was no oil in that pan. Take that, it's got all the fat out. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to put this in here. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a lovely French dressing over it. Vinegar, olive oil and white wine vinegar. That's so easy and so quick to do. And it's quite nice to put a little bit of this coriander on the top too. Some people like it, some people don't. There you go. Right, I want to check these chickens out. They've been in for 20 minutes about. Now, they look absolutely wonderful. I'm going to put a probe in to make sure it's cooked. Yeah, perfect. And I'm going to slice down. Now that is beautiful. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salad on this. What could be nicer? That's all you do. You don't need anything else, and you can just serve it. But it's all about the process, doing it properly. Bon appetit.